everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm just here to bring you my latest journal. It's a soft cover junk journal and it's made from an envelope, just an A4 envelope folded in half. It's covered with this beautiful scrapbook paper with these really pretty poppies. So I'm thinking I'm going to call this something like Summer Pops. Because I think it's really summery and obviously the poppies. So yeah, and then it's got some lace trim here across the spine. It's got a bit of lace trim down the edge, and then it's got this gorgeous vintage doily here. And then it just ties closed with just this pretty lace trim. So the back of it, the same as the front cover, just plain scrapbook paper with the doily, the lace trim, and another piece of lace trim. So let's go in. So inside the journal, and basically I haven't coffee dyed, I don't think, any of these kind of poppy and red papers. I have coffee dyed some of them, so that was a bit of a sweeping statement to say I haven't coffee dyed any. I've coffee dyed some of them, but most of them I haven't, because I was kind of going for a lovely summery theme, and I really liked the kind of crisp white against the reds. I thought it looked really pretty for summer. So here on the inside of the front cover, I've got some lace trim going down the side, and this is kind of lace like flowers down here. And then I've got a pocket here made just from some other scrapbook paper, and then basically I've got a piece of doily, got some vintage stamps, a stamped image here, and a little crochet flower, and then a little bow and a bit more of the lace trim. And then tucked in, oh sorry, and this image here, I've used my printables that I kind of created recently. I've used those in the journal quite a bit because obviously these flowers, I mean they're not poppies, but they go really nicely with the kind of poppies from the scrapbook papers, so I've used those. So here I've made just a little pad just with some scraps of paper, and on the front is another one of my little printables with the flamingo, and then it's just got some lace trim across there. That just tucks in like that. And then on this facing page is a corner pocket here, and it's got again layered up elements including the printables, and then it's just got a large tag which again has got some more of my printable, digital printable, and another vintage stamp. And then here, this is a stamped, I think it's a poppy, image that Laura gifted me in her Happy Mail, and I've just kind of gone over it with some glossy accents and just glued it on here, and obviously that's the tag there. And then on this page I've just got another piece of that gorgeous scrapbook paper that I've made a little tuck spot. It's got some, this was actually a square doily which I've kind of cut down and kind of stuck on there. It's got some more of the printable, it's got some lace trim here, crochet flower and a butterfly, some more of that lace down there. And then one of my little printables here, just for more journaling. And then here on this side, sorry, I just knocked the camera. I've got some more of the printable up here. I've made a little kind of cluster with some of this scrapbook paper in this gingham. Love gingham. And then I've got these gorgeous images here. Now this is from a kind of vintage, I mean not hugely old, but I think it was from kind of 80 something. Book of kind of tea shops and pubs on walks when you go around the countryside here. So I've used those here, and this one is just a little tag here layered up with some bits and bobs, and that just goes in like that. And then here I've just got one of my fabric ruffles, and then a little flower that I've fussy cut out from the printable and just stuck there. And then on this page I've got one of my little laminated pockets. Excuse me, sorry, I had a sneeze coming. One of my laminated tuck spots or pockets with these flowers, which I thought just went beautifully here. And then I've got another one of those cottages or tea shops, and some vintage, Sorry, I can't talk for some reason this morning. Some fabric ruffle down the bottom and some lace trim down the side. So tucked into there, I've just got a little fold out just with literally some paper in there. It's got a bit of the printable on there and a couple of stamps. And that just literally, I had it just tucked in like that. So kind of the cover is over. And then behind there, I've just got, again, one of the books gifted to me by Laura with just a poem here, which I thought was rather nice. So that just goes in there, and that book is vintage. And then here I've just got some lace trim and a little stamped image of the definition of the word cherish. Then I've got obviously blank space for journaling. I've got some sheet music, some more blank pages there. And then here I've just got a little kind of flip out, just stuck fussy cut and stuck a little poppy on there. So that just goes out to the side. And then I've got a little label. Up here I've got a little clock. And then here I've got one of my little fabric embellishments with a little button on there. I just thought that went really nicely with the colours of the journal. And then here I've just got a little pocket. It's again got some of the printable, got some lace trim, little stamped image, butterfly stamped image and a flower. And then just in there I've just created a little booklet just using some coffee dyed and some non-coffee dyed papers. And this was some British Red Cross little cards that I managed to pick up recently. So I've just stuck a little postage stamp on there and some lace trim and made that into a little booklet. I thought that went nicely. And then on this page, I've just got a little folding kind of, well, I guess it's like a tip-in, but it's made from card. So I rather like doing those in journals. I think they're quite fun. It's got another image of another cottage, and then it's got some lace trim at the top and other elements layered up. And then the facing page, I've just paper clipped on this large tag. So just with an altered paper clip here, which now I can't get it off the page. Oh, it's getting caught on the other side with the lace trim, so let me just unhook that. So I've just got that holding on this large tag with, again, some printable and some stamped images and flowers and things. And then I left this paper because I just absolutely love this fabulous print. It just is so pretty. And I've just put a little fabric ruffle down the bottom. So I just thought that looked pretty as it was and kind of didn't need anything further. So that just paper clips on like that. And then on the next page, it's got a large doily, and then it's got this pocket down here with, again, some printables, some stamps and various things, some lace trim, a little bow. And then here I've just done a little folding kind of flip with, again, just a few pages kind of to journal on. This one here, this is a photocopy of some of my vintage ephemera. So I thought that was just quite nice to add that in. It's just got Do All Things With Love there. Then you've got some blank pages and some greaseproof paper, a doily, just for journaling there. Here, this is one of my little fabric trims, which I did a tutorial on these, which I just thought, again, the colours went really nicely in this journal. So that's that. And we've got some vintage book page, and then again another plain side for journaling. And then here I've got another altered paper clip, which is just holding on. It's one of these old folding flip things from envelopes being stuck together. So let me just raise my tripod slightly higher. And this was, I saw it first on Gail Agostinelli's channel. I think she'd received some in Happy Mail, and then she did a tutorial of her take on it. So this is just my take, and I've just done 2. I think hers contained 3. And then I've just popped one of my printables in there. So again, that's just plain for journaling. Oops, and it just goes in like that. And then here it just closes shut. And I just thought, because these envelopes actually came with this printed image on them, which I just thought went really nicely with the printable and things, and the book. So that's that. And then here, again, I have just paper clipped this in to this gorgeous vibrant poppy paper, the same as the cover. And this is just a little tag which actually has got a pocket. I haven't put anything in there, but you've got another pocket here on the tag. And then just some stamped images, another one of those poppies from Laura, which I've just coloured obviously and used them in here. That just clips onto the side. And then we're in the centre of the signature. So in the centre I have just got corner pockets. So I've got this corner pocket up here in the top with another one of those tea rooms or pubs, some more fussy cut flowers and some more vintage stamps. I've got some fabric ruffle down the bottom, and tucked in there is just a little kind of folding little piece here, just with another printable on there. And when you unfold it, it's just got the first page. This is some photocopy of some of my ephemera, and then you've just got a few little pages there just for extra journaling space, and you've just got a bit of lace trim at the top. So that just winds around like that. And then on the facing page I've just got a double pocket going on here, so I have a larger piece and then a smaller piece with lots of layered up elements, and then I've just got one of my printables in there. And they're all just printed onto paper because the journal was getting quite bulky, so I didn't really want to bulk it out anymore. Then here I've just created, just literally taken one of my printables, layered it onto some scrapbook paper, and then took some other pieces of paper, cut them to the same size. I've just rounded off the corners and then just punched a little hole in the corner, attached them all with a bulb pin, and just attached a little bow onto there as well. I thought that just made a nice little different kind of way to journal, I suppose. So then on the back of there I've just made a little cluster here, and I've tucked in this very large tag, which again just got one of my printables and then various other things layered up on there, so that just tucks in. On here I've just got a little stamped image of a stamp and a label, and then a little fabric tab. And then we've got obviously the rest of that book page, which I loved this title, The Rosy Apple. I thought sounded really nice, and obviously conjured up pictures of red apples, which I just thought was nice in the theme of the red. Then on the next page I've just got one of the poems from that lovely book of verses from Laura. So I've just literally torn that out and stuck that on here with a little flower. The rest of that greaseproof paper, rest of the doily, and then more room for journaling. And then here I've just got an altered envelope, which I've made into kind of a double pocket. So layered it up with elements. I love this postage stamp. I think this is Edward and Wallace, which I just really love. And then here I've just got some fabric ruffle down the bottom, and then in the top I have just made literally a little kind of similar to the one with the bulb pin that I just showed you, but this one is held with a brad. So you've got obviously a couple of sheets of paper there behind this title page, or the front piece, and that's just held in the corner with a brad. So obviously you could use that how you like. And then in the side, again, one of those little flamingo printables. So it's kind of a double pocket, obviously the top and the side. And then on this page, I've got another one of my little laminated images, which is forming a pocket. So inside there, I have just popped another printable. So as you can see, it's that gorgeous, gorgeous paper. And then this one is actually the poppies. And obviously the house is then laminated over there with the lace trim and the crochet. And then the printable, that just pops neatly into there. So I just quite like the, you know, different kind of layers of things. And then this one I did as a little pocket from the bottom. So I've just got another little tag with another one of those poppies, and that just slides up like that. And then on this side, it wouldn't obviously be one of mine if it didn't have something tying up. Oops, must have forgotten to glue down that little flower. So I've just here got one of my little envelope booklets. So you've just got some pages there for journaling, and obviously that's just kind of glued in there. And you've got obviously the back of the envelope there for popping more ephemera and things. and love how this turned out. I mean, I think you can't go wrong when you've got such pretty papers, to be honest. You know, it would be hard not to make them look pretty. Excuse me, that sneeze finally came. It's hay fever season. So that's that, and then I've just got a little image there of one of the tea shops or pubs. A little bow, some lace trim, and then on the next page I've just got one of those altered envelope pockets. Tucked into there I've just got another one of those cards from the British Red Cross. It's just been coffee dyed. I just thought that went nicely. Got some lace trim, I've got a little title label there, and then tucked into here I've just got 3 little bits of ephemera pieces. So I've got a principal, and then I've just got a couple of stamped images here. And then I've got some more blank pages here for journaling. This one I've just got a little tiny envelope, and I popped in, this is some vintage ephemera that I bought, and I've just kind of layered it up to make it a bit thicker. So I've just kind of, you know, photocopied it and popped it in there. Then you've got a couple more plain sheets. You've got some music, got a couple of tickets up there, another plain sheet for journaling. And then here's another one of the envelope pockets. I don't know whether I've seen other people do these or not. Well, I don't feel I have, but I'm sure other people have done these. So this was just taking an envelope and then, you know, folding it back. So it's a bit like the Crafty Irina book page pockets where she folds them down, but this was obviously using an envelope. So it's layered up with the different papers. It's got some book page, some lace trim. Here I've got some lace trim. Got a little button down in the corner and a bow. And then here I've just got a little folding booklet. Just there like that. And then behind there, it's just a tuck spot. Got some doily, and I've just got another photocopy of some vintage ephemera that just tucks in like that. And then here I've just got another pocket, which again, I've just tucked in one of my printables. That just goes in like that. And then at the top, sorry, I did make a cluster as well. Now this one I did actually originally do with just one staple, as per Jessica's. But however, I was not very confident, so I did actually kind of attach a little bit of glue in a couple of places. So yeah, up to kind of whoever gets the journal, whether they actually would leave it or kind of add some more glue. It's just my lack of faith, I think, in the staple. And then I've ruffled down here in a little bow. And then here I've just got a little tuck spot. I've got these gorgeous bird images. And in there I've just got another tag with, again, for some reason I've got a couple of things stuck on here. Right, with another one of the printables. This time it's without the flowers, so this was as it was before I added the flowers. So that just tucks in there, and then I've got another one of those poppies, bit of lace trim, bit of doily, and a little frame, and obviously plain on the back for journaling. Just goes in there, lace trim down the side. And then here we are on the back page. So again, I've got a big corner pocket here, layered up elements, and then tucked in there I have got, now this again was one of the little notelet cards that matches the envelopes where I made the flip down, you know, envelope thing. And it's got a couple of tickets and a little butterfly here, stamped image, that I've just added to it. But I thought it was quite nice and went quite nicely with this. Says, oh, it was from the National Trust originally. So that's where they originally came from. So that just goes up there. And then here I've just got the word love stamped onto some fabric and a little button. And then on the very inside of the back cover, I've just got some fabric ruffle, some lace trim up here, and then I've just created literally a kind of collage effect here of objects. Got another one of those poppies, I've got a lovely frame, and then in the side it's just literally a little pocket, and I've just popped some lined paper in there. So that's that. So really pleased how it turned out. I think it's super pretty, really nice for summer. Beautiful colours. Yeah, really liked it. So I hope you like it. Obviously I'll load this video to coincide with it going into my Etsy shop, And yeah, hope that you enjoyed it. So thanks very much for watching. Have a great day. Thanks, bye.